Stacy here from TheJollyFatElf. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome back to another day in my 2022 holiday card series. No face-to-face today. I apologize for that, but it's been a stressful few days and I have not had the time to sit down and put on makeup. So I have these kind of 3x3, 4x4 cutouts from Miss Kate's Cuttables 12x12 paper. So these were left over from the other paper that I've used. And I decided to go ahead and make them into cards. So I kind of separated them. These are the more kind of whimsical, fun, cute ones. And then the other stack are more of like the rustic plaid with, the buffalo plaid, etc. So I am going to be making cards also using some of these scraps. So I have a lot of scraps because if you guys remember, I cut like 100 sheets of paper. And these are what's left. So what I've done is I've kind of grouped them all together, and then I'm just going through and I'm picking 3 patterns that coordinate, and we're going to be using that on our card layers. So this was an easy way to use up all these. I think they're 2x4. To be quite honest, and it's just a quick and easy way to use up all of these scraps that I have left over, because I've mentioned before, I'm trying my hardest to do as much zero waste crafting as I can, and this is just one of the ways that I've been able to do that. So I did not film me doing the rustic cards because this 25 was enough. But the rustic ones will also be listed in my Etsy shop. So I've added a $1 section. So note cards like this would be listed under that. So you can check that out. I've added a ton of new cards to the Etsy shop, and there is a link to that in the description box down below. So once I've done all of that, I'm going to bring in some card layers. These are card layers that I already had pre-cut that I've been putting on the inside of my cards. So they measure 4 by 5.25, and I'm just checking it here with some folded note cards that I already had. And I am just adhering the top, the bottom, and then the middle. And so I'm doing my best to get them all straight. Hindsight is 2020, right? So at the end of the day, I could have made all 3 of them the same pattern if I had enough, because a lot of them, the pattern in the middle, you don't even get to see it. So that was kind of a bummer, but the way I ended up die cutting these cards, it just made sense. It prevented you from seeing the middle. And for some of that, it's not a big deal, because like this one, it's polka dot. Okay, it's polka dots. But some of them, the middle pattern was really cute. So yeah, so I'm going to do this for all the cards. And I'm filming this, I'm doing this voiceover on the 15th. I made 75 cards today, y'all. I've been making some cards and getting something posted. Okay, so this is where I screw up with these cards, and I'm really mad at myself about it, but I used the wonky rectangle die from MFT to cut out these card layers, and that was a huge mistake, because I don't know what it is about this particular die, but anytime I use it after I've adhered some paper together, it bubbles every time. I did it with those Santa shakers that I have, and I was just like, what in the world? So since all of these cards were cut with that, and all of these cards have that bubble issue, the paper is adhered, but it's bubbling at the top and the bottom. And I'll have a picture that I'll share with you at the end. What I'm going to do with these cards is I'm going to make like mystery bundles or whatever, and have so many in together, and have them for sale. They're going to end up being like 50 cents a piece. So again, they're adhered. That's not the issue. Like, they're not going to come off because I use that Tumble Mono liquid glue, so it's permanent. They're not coming off. But the issue is that it's bubbled at the top and the bottom, which is disappointing. And again, it's that die. I had it happen before, so now I know it can cut one sheet of paper, and that's it. And even then, it still kind of bubbles. So I don't know what's going on. So for all of the kind of images, I'm using some dies from CC Designs. It's 2 different label dies. I'm using the biggest one and I'm using the next biggest one because some of these, it's okay if it doesn't cut out big, but some of these need to have a big die to cut them out. So yeah, I hate that I did it, but hindsight's 2020. And again, they're adhered, like they're not coming off, but there's a little bubbling at the top and the bottom. And for some of you, maybe like, Misty, that's really nothing. But for me, it's like, ugh. All of the hard work down the drain. So yeah, but anyway. And again, I have a picture I'll share with you in a little bit. So here again, so some of them I cut out with the big one and some of them I cut out with the little one. And I really loved how it was a lot of work, but I really love how it turned out. So now that I've used this Miss Kate Cuttables paper a lot, I don't recommend it. For a couple of reasons. I've mentioned before that it is very, very shiny, as you can see there. It's very shiny. It's very slick. But I found, not necessarily with this set, but with the other set that I'm doing, and I'm using the note cards that I picked up from Amazon. So I'm just cutting out, I think there's 24 cards. I can't be certain. So not necessarily with this group, but for the next group where most of them have black on the picture and black on the image and on the background paper, my hands were covered in black toner, like covered in black toner. So the toner came off of that paper. And the other issue I had is that none of the 12 by 12 sheets were cut correctly. None of them were cut correctly. So here you can kind of see when I get it laid down how there's like, it bubbles a little. I don't know how else to describe it, but yeah. So I put the the Scotch mounting tape on the back of each of the images, and then I'm gluing down with Tombow Mono liquid glue. But again, it has the issue. So anyway, so some of them weren't cut correctly. Some of them weren't sized correctly. Like as far as these cards, some of them, normally it's like 3x4 or 4x6. Like those are kind of the most common Project Life pocket journaling size cards. And none of these were cut the same. And it was a little irritating, but see how cute these images are? I'm so sad that I screwed these up. So they will be available in mystery kits, and I will have that information linked in the description box down below. There'll probably only be 3 of them, and I'll charge you like 50 cents a piece. And you won't get to pick. They're going to be a mystery bubble. But here you can see that bubble. Every flippin' card, every card has that bubble, and I hate it. It just makes me irritated. And it's like MFT's dies are not cheap. And I don't have this issue with like my regular rectangle die. I don't have that same issue. So I don't know what it is. But anyway, here is a look at all of the cards done. As you can see, some of them you can actually see the background paper and some of them you can't. But these images were so stinking cute. But I won't buy her paper ever again. Her designs are cute and you can buy them digitally, which I wouldn't mind doing that at all, but I'm not going to buy her paper. I had reached out to them on Amazon because they didn't mail, like I ordered 2 and they only sent 1. And she's like, oh, okay, I'll include some freebies. This is their customer service person. I don't know who it was. You guys, they literally sent me unusable paper. They literally sent me paper that should have gone in recycling. It was misprinted. It was in black and white when it should have been in color. It wasn't cut, like it didn't print straight. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Number 1, I had to reach out to you because you didn't send what I ordered to begin with. And number 2, I'm going to send you some freebies. Don't send me your trash. Don't send me your trash. So I'm not purchasing from them again. You can do what you want. It's, you spend your money where you want to. I don't gatekeep that. But yeah, so anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you. Make sure you come back Friday for another video in my series and check out the Etsy shop down below if you're interested in any of the cards. All right, guys, I'll see you Friday for another video. Bye for now.